Here we go. Where's the skip button? Jesus Christ. Welcome to our next variety patch. We've received some feedback that it's a bit hard to quickly see which changes affect standard and which affect eternal. We've separated them into two sections, okay? Last variety patch, we were light on standard changes, but this time we want to make sure we dethrone some monument and some other meta decks so the meta can continue to evolve alongside eternal, okay? New cards! Divine Draft. I cannot believe this is PNZ. It looks like a Freljord card, but... Okay, Divine Draft. Deal 1 to an enemy or the enemy nexus and 1 to another. It's not bad. It's like a Time Winder. You don't have to discard, but it's slow. I just wonder if you can use it if there's no targets on the board. But it's not bad. It's pretty meh. All right. Next, Crystalline Storm Raptor. It's a bird. Of course it is. Okay. 5 mana, 3/2. Okay. Play, deal 2 to all other units. You think it's trash? I don't think it's that bad. Slow and needs a buff. Avalanche is... It's Avalanche plus 3/2, yeah. It's a play effect, so it doesn't have summon synergy. It's a bird. I think it's just okay. Because Avalanche you can play with spell mana, which is a pretty big deal. This you have to play on mana 5 with full unit mana. Mana 5 is a very important turn for Freljord usually. Like, it's a very important turn. It's where you play your Trundles, where you play your Avarosans, where you play... Like, mana 5 is very important. In a Nico deck, but in a Nico deck, you don't want to hurt your own board. Why would Nico want to run Avalanche ever? Nico doesn't want to play Avalanche. That's why I was thinking about the bird thing not really being that great. Like, you don't want to hurt your own units. Nico usually wants to go wide. This goes against your entire game plan. It's like a control card, but I don't know. I'm not sold. I think it's kind of meh. It's definitely playable, I would say. Too slow for Jin. Why would Jin want to play this? Again, Jin goes wide. This is I mean, the unit itself is not bad, but like I would see this. I think this would see play, for example, maybe in Ionia. Like Ionia would be like, yeah, give me that. Like, if a Karma deck would play this, because Karma doesn't have access to, like, board wipes. But you already have Avalanche. I don't know. I think Avalanche is just better. Because you use spell mana again. You can play Avalanche on mana 3. 2 mana, fast, Tidal Invocation. Deal 1 to a unit. Spawn 1 for each damage dealt. Oh, wow. That looks really decent. That looks really, really strong. Keg support. Not just Keg support, but... Summoning 1/1 blockers is insane. Like, we know what Vile Feast does. Now, this doesn't give you the heal, but it can summon things bigger than 1/1 as a... This is solid. Yeah, you play this with powder kegs, obviously. Correct. I like this. I like this card. This is a very versatile card. I would play this in most decks that it has access to. I'm a fan. Overall, solid. Alawi decks definitely play it, for example. Siren Song. True, actually. Good point. 1-drop decks, for sure. With the, like, what was it? 4-cost Landmark? Yeah, definitely. Really nice. Proliferating Dark Wraith. 1 mana, 1/1. Okay. Shadow Owls with a lot of text. I'm going to call it this is going to be broken. I don't know what it is, but whenever I see a 1 mana, 1/1 with a lot of text that does a lot of stuff, there's a way to abuse it somehow. I don't know what it does yet. Last Breath. Create in deck an exact copy of your strongest Proliferating Dark Wraith in deck, then double the stats of Proliferating Dark Wraith in deck. Okay, so you're gonna have an infinite amount of these in your deck, basically. You just start doubling down. Wow. So you play this, it dies. All of your Dark Wraiths are now 2/2s in your deck, and you have 3 in your deck. You play another one, it dies. You have 3 in your deck again, and they're all 4/4s. Then they're 8/8s. Then they're... Oh my goodness, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Luckily, it doesn't have any keyword. You need to proc it at least 3 times to be relevant. It looks really fun. I would definitely play it. I'm trying to figure out how I would play it. Like, you could play this, for example, with, I don't know, Soul Cleave early on. That would be kind of interesting, because that would already give you, 1, 2, 3. They're all 8/8s after this. That's kind of cool. You could also play this with, for example, Chronicler of Ruin, which is kind of cool. Although I don't know if you would do that, but it's not a horrible idea. Also, oh wait, wasn't there a tutor card? They can play this. Wasn't there a tutor card in Demacia that can play this? Like yeah, this guy. I don't know. Scrutinizing Sergeant. Yeah, that was a tutor card. It's not that great. It's pretty cool. There might be ways to work with it. I don't know exactly. Isn't Eternal coming back as rank now? Like, that works pretty well with maybe Atrocity sometimes. You would need so much draw, though, to make this work properly. Because you need to just draw your deck. Or like you need like a War Mothers. A War Mothers could do it. Because you would just have these summoning every turn. But War Mothers is really expensive to summon 1-drops. Here's something to consider, though. This is kind of decent versus deep. Kind of. As long as you have one left in your deck, but how do you get it back in your deck? Nah, that's kind of hard to do. I don't know. It's a cool card, though. Coolest card I've seen so far. All right, Crimson Bouquet Hall. Bouquet. Banquet. Isn't a bouquet of flowers? All right. Crimson Banquet. Crimson Banquet Hall. 2-mana landmark. Allies cost 1 less. When you play an ally, deal 2 to it. Oh my god, dude. That's insane! Yo, Braum loves this card, for example. Oh my lord. Braum loves this. Vlad probably likes this a lot. Scarground says, yes, please. That's pretty nuts. That is a lot of tempo. Very cheap, too. Yeah, it's very cheap. This card, I don't know. Like, I'd have to think about how to build a deck with it, but this could be meta. For sure. That could be a meta card. 100%. Yeah, Prankster could play with this really interestingly. But it kills Prankster, doesn't it? Prankster's a 2-2. Deal 2 is kind of rough for Prankster. Very cool. Very cool card. Mr. Thrift. 1 mana. Okay. Okay. This is a 0 cost, by the way. This costs 0, not 1. When 1 or more of your traps or boons activate, plant 2 of it in that player's... Holy crap. Wait, does that work for portals? That's broken. That's actually broken. I'm not even joking. That's a broken card, dude. It's so strong. And it's a 1 mana... Bro, it costs 3 mana to kill it. It costs 3 mana to kill it. You're never killing this. I know it's not on the top card. I'm aware of that, chat. I know it goes in your deck. But, like, you can play this in a Teemo deck, for example, which is... Oh, wait. No, you can't. Yeah, you can. I mean, it's just decent overall. Like, you play, like, Karina after this, with this on board. Oh, no, Karina doesn't do anything, because she doesn't proc the traps. She just procs damage. Chimes are good, yeah. Yeah, overall, I like this card. I don't know if it's broken, though. I'm trying to think of, like, scenarios, whether it's broken or not. It's pretty decent. She procs the traps? Oh, yeah, she does. Yeah, so it does work with Karina. Yeah, it's a pretty solid card. I would definitely play this card. I would experiment with it. I would play this in my Braum Nora deck, I think. Would I? On Braum Nora? Maybe I would. When you force draw. Although it's a really bad top deck. Cosmic Call, 2-mana burst. Invoke a Celestial that costs 7 or more. Or pay 8 and also... Wait. I zoned out. Invoke a Celestial that costs 7 or more. That's already pretty decent because it guarantees a win con. Or pay 8 to also reduce the cost of the Celestial of your Celestials everywhere by half. Oh my god. That is busted. Wait, that's absolutely broken. I know it says also, chat. That's broken. Oh my god, bro. Karma's gonna destroy with this. This is Karma's favorite spell. You still invoke? Yes, you still invoke. Correct. 8 mana do nothing? No, that's 8 mana. Reduce everything's cost by how much? 75%? That's nuts. So like a 10 cost is gonna cost 2.5. Although it rounds up, right? So it would cost 3 actually, but still. That is nutty. Now, would I play this in a Karma deck? I'm not sure. I don't know if I would play Karma with this. I could see myself playing Aurelion Soul with this. Maybe. Because it's not a bad tempo play if you have enough invokes and enough celestials in hand. Because then after you play 8 mana on this, you just start dropping stuff fast. I don't know if it's busted, but it is really nice. Because it has very good versatility. 2 mana invoke a 7+ is really decent. Like, this gives you win conditions. And it's spell mana, right? So you can play this on mana 8 and just drop down a dragon, right? And you're good. You didn't really lose much. This is very strong. Yeah, this card is pretty nuts. This is just versatility. I'm a fan of this. Yeah, it's Starship without the heal, but it costs way less, right? And it has a secondary effect, which is very strong. Works with Seraphine. Yeah, it'll give you a double invoke. I wonder if you ever play this in Rise decks. Probably not. Eris. 2 mana, 1/1 elusive. Nexus Strike, summon a random husk. No, here's what I'm thinking, chat. I think this is maybe... Like, yeah, sure, in Evelyn you can play this. It's not bad. But what if you play this in, like, Karma Set? Isn't this just good value? It's an elusive blocker, which is always nice, because Karma Set can suffer versus elusives. But secondarily, it's just dropping husks left and right. You play Set on 5, Set can have 2 husks with really good stuff. You can get quick attack, regen, spell shield, whatever. You play, like, this into, I don't know, your 4 mana 3/4 heal. It's now a 3/5. Better blocker, more keywords. This can definitely be playable in Karma Set, I think. I don't think it's a bad card at all. It's just a value card. It makes every other blocker you have more valuable. I don't hate it. I could see this being played in a defensive deck. Because at the end of the day, worst case, this still blocks elusives. And elusives are very annoying to deal with. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool card. Add this to Ari. Not a horrible idea. Although I don't like it in Ari because Ari gets recalled. So she doesn't really benefit from husks. Okay. Balin the Benevolent. What is this? 4 mana, 0/4, formidable. Attack, grant formidable allies. Oh my lord. Hello? That is nuts. Yo, that's nuts. I'd play this. I'd play my heart out with this. That's pretty cool. I have a few formidable decks. I like this. You need a wide board for this? No, because it's everywhere. Every future card you play gets has it already. It's everywhere. So you play this, you attack with it, you drop a 5-drop, it already has a +1. You don't need a wide board. You just keep whatever new formidable unit you play is already buffed, as long as this got to attack. And when it attacks, by the way, it's a 0/5 right away. So this on the first attack is a 0/5. I'll play the hell out of this card. Valley of Imitation. When you play a follower, transform me into an exact copy of it this round. I retain granted buffs. This is the strongest card I've ever seen. Bro, that's insane. No, wait, what? Okay, wait. It returns back to a landmark right after, right? So I play this on 3. Listen here. I play this on 3. On mana 4... No, this card is busted. I'm sorry. This card is absolutely broken. I'm sorry, chat. This card is so busted. I've never seen something such in my life. Look. So let's say I played it on 3. Mana 4, I don't know. I drop down... Let me think. What's up? Actually, you don't get summon effects. No, but it's really good. It's really good. Like, I drop down Crimson Awakener. I attack with both of them. Then it goes back to landmark. Mana 5, I drop down, like, let's say on the opponent's turn, it's mana 5. I can drop, I don't know, what's a 5-drop people play? I drop down the dragon. I get a second dragon to block with. And that dragon can block, and then it goes back to a landmark. Mana 6, like, every time you summon a unit, you summon a copy of it for 1 turn. That's kind of sick. Although if the unit dies, I guess the landmark dies. It's only followers. That's why I was looking at followers. Because I'm thinking of like high-end plays. There's some pretty nutty high-end plays you could do. Like if you're later on into the game, like you drop down Zolani, you have another Zolani on board. If you drop down, I don't know, like for example, yeah, whatever you drop, you get a copy of for the turn. The Arsenal, yeah, the Arsenal, for example, that's a good one. It's good for late game. There's a lot of crazy late game options you can do. I wonder, like, you can do it with Freljord, for example. Like, You play this bad boy, you get a second one on the board. It's kind of nuts as well. You get a second Marauder. I'm not a fan of the Marauder part, but it's interesting. It's not as busted as I thought, but it's still pretty cool. I would definitely build decks with this. One thing I would like to play with this is lifesteal units. I think that's nuts. Because you can get some really high value lifesteals with this to protect from aggro. Although it's kind of Shurima, so I don't know if I really want to play like Shurima control. There's so many buffs though. True. It transforms every round, but if the unit dies, I assume the landmark dies as well. So you can't let the unit die. Golden Sisters, it sucks. It doesn't copy summon effects. It doesn't summon a copy of it. No, guys, no, summon and play effects don't work. It's a transform effect. But it's really cool. It's a cool card. Alright. Alright. Card adjustments. Oh, wow. That's a big nerf. But it's 8 cost now. That's a really big nerf. But it costs 8. It's still pretty strong. It's still pretty dang strong, but it's not as strong as it was before this. Although, you can theoretically now stack it with Relentless Pursuit. You can play that plus this. So you have now enough mana to do, well, you could always do that, though, at 13 mana, but you can do it at 12. And you can do it with the 5-cost Rally as well. I think it's still pretty decent. It's nowhere close to as strong as it used to be, though. But still good. It's busted on defensive turns, I agree. I agree. It is still very good on defensive turns. Because you play this, you attack, your opponent has to block, and then you can open attack again. It's still very strong. But, yeah, okay. Sump Monument. Big nerf. Needed. Like, when I first saw this card, I knew it was going to be broken. Definitely a good nerf. Still a good card, though. Zon Immortality Program caused a monumental shift in the meta. We're making it slower and more lethal to make it more difficult for the Sump to steal games. Still decent. But now, it hurts more to get it removed because most landmark removals are cheaper than it. Like, 3 mana to destroy a landmark, right? So, it's more painful to lose one. But still decent. Still a good card. Still playable. But definitely a good change. I agree with this. This will lower the win rate? Yes. Yes. Condense. I agree with this. Condense was way too strong too. Happy the Condense has brought more exciting finishers to the meta, but we're pushing it up slightly. Yes, I agree with that. This is a good change. Not enough? Maybe not enough. But change is good overall. I'm happy with this change. This is definitely something that's good. Alright. Swain. Level up 12 damage, 16 damage. Oh my lord. Really? As the card pool is deepened, his level of condition has slowly gone from a mild inconvenience to somewhat trivial. To push you towards playing more damage if you want to have Swain. Okay. Interesting. Interesting change. So that's a pretty big nerf. I mean, he'll still level up, but it's a pretty big nerf. Yeah, it's a pretty big nerf. The new Landmark will level him too fast as well. Maybe. But the new Landmark doesn't really play much in the Swain decks. I don't think that... I don't know. Was it needed? I don't know. Maybe. I think they should have tried 14 first and then moved from there. Maybe. Purifying Flames. This card was really annoying before. Yeah, this in elusive decks was just nuts. We'll bring this card down a notch and keep those pesky elusives in check. Yeah, this card was so annoying versus elusives because you just play 1-drop elusives that are all of a sudden 5/5s. It was silly. Yeah, good change overall. I agree with this. Pirouette, and it's still probably playable, but not as good as it used to be. Actually, is it playable? It's actually kind of meant now, but it's still playable. Pirouette. Ooh, I like this change. It's still the same if you plunder, but if you don't plunder, it's pretty expensive. This is a good change. I like it. Good nerf, I agree. Absolutely. So it's still the same if you have a plunder deck, but it's not as fun to play in a non-plunder deck. Solid change, I agree with this 100%. Read editor's notes. Tempo. This change aims to bring down Pirouette's power as a control tool and plunder enabler, and reserve its massive tempo swing for decks willing to go the extra mile to enable it. Yeah, exactly. Like, you'll still play this in a full-on plunder Samira deck, but will you play it in control decks? Less. Fish fight. Because back when what it used to do, it was still a good 2-cost card. Now, 3 cost is kind of expensive for what it does. Fish Fight, ooh, that's a big nerf at trimming some power from Jax, Ornn, and Vayne Aatrox. Both made staples for quite some time. Single-sided strikes are powerful, extremely powerful, especially in decks that excel at trivializing their conditions. I agree. Although, like, you need to have strong cards in certain regions. I don't know. But, like, I can understand why they did it, because, like, people have been playing Aatrox Vayne for years now, or however long it's been, but it's just been such a strong deck for such a long time. They just want to shift the meta a bit. But it does hurt to lose it, because it is a slow spell. It's not fast speed, so I don't know. I think it was fine at 2 cost. It was just really strong. Lord Broadmane, yes. Great change. 5 HP was way too much. 6 mana back for units that kill something when they enter play really don't need or deserve a 5. Yeah, I agree with this. Excellent change. 5 HP was way too annoying to deal with. Vaults of Helia. Ooh. Oh, that just kills the card almost. That ruins the curve entirely. That just ruins the curve. Aims to make it a little more interactable by moving back the clock. Yikes. Poor Vaults. Can you... Vhagar into Vaults is still good? No, it's not. Is it? How do you even play Vhagar into Vaults? I don't like it. Deserved? Maybe. They like the entire tempo of the deck is destroyed with this. I think this is gonna kill the deck. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I like... The thing is, yeah, I'm not a fan of this change. I think they should have... What could they have done? Like, maybe they could have buffed some cards that remove landmarks. Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot. Squeaker. Okay, old 2... Okay, wait, really? Wait. This card was OP? What? Really? I haven't played for the last few weeks. Maybe this made it into the meta. Aggressive discard decks have burned a hole in the meta. We're targeting some of their early board presence and impact access to dial back their immense reach. Our legal team has thrown the book at Squeaker, and this is the price he's paid for our extended extortion. After being progressively buffed, we've cornered him. Don't be a Squeaker because we'll find you. It's in every aggro discard, I say. I mean, when I stopped playing, there wasn't that much aggro discard, so makes sense. Okay, fair enough. It's in a Jinx and the new equipment. Okay, I see. I get you. Yeah, that makes sense then. I can see that. Returno Wrench. So this was the card that was seeing play, you're saying? Oh my god. There's no more Grant Impact? Well, I mean, nobody played this card when I was still playing. When I was playing, this wasn't a card, chat. That's a weird one. Nerf to aggro discard. It was seeing a lot of play, yeah. I stopped playing lore before this saw play, so... Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough. I don't really know what to say about that because I've not seen that in the meta. I've not really seen it play. Look what they did to my boy. No, Shelly. Fleet Admiral Shelly is a war criminal with over 300 confirmed quills. They cannot be trusted with spell mana, I say. I mean, I guess. Like, especially with Condense. But they already nerfed Condense. I don't know, man. All my homies hate Shelly. Yeah, Shelly was very annoying to deal with. But Shelly was 3 HP, to be fair. That's pretty painful. Pretty painful. I mean, it's still a decent card. But losing the Attune really does hurt a lot. Buffs. Warlord's Palace. Oh, wow. Auction gets a buff. Interesting. He hasn't been a meta presence for a while. Okay. I can dig that. Oh, wow. Wait. This is not the Horde, though. This is Warlord's Palace. The hell? They put the wrong picture? I'm guessing this is the second one from Auction, right? They didn't change the pick? Wrong art? Yeah. That's a pretty significant buff. Although, they nerfed the decks that... Like, the reason Akshan doesn't see play is because they nerfed the Ionia cards that make him insta-level up, so... Yeah, I guess. Cool. Poro King. The meta hasn't given Poro King a royal welcome. We're giving him more consistent access to his fancy snacks to help him establish his reign. Okay. Oh, wow. That's a good buff. Because very often what would happen is you would play Poro King, and they would immediately kill Poro King, and you would never get a chance to play a one-cost Poro to give you the snacks. This is huge. This is actually a huge buff. I like that. It's a very well done buff. It fits thematically. Yeah, it's great. Fantastic. Frosted snacks. Okay, that's busted. That's actually so strong. Holy crap. That's a really good one to get now. That changes a lot of things. Now you have to... Playing around this is just so annoying now. Okay. Blimp Pack Poacher. 2/2, 2/3. What does this guy do? When I transform, the next time I block or unblock this round, capture... Oh, I know this guy. I see. Yeah, I guess. It was too easy to kill him and get your unit back. Sure. Why not? Alright. Bristlehog. Bro, we're not even half done, chat. How many changes are there? Once an ally has transformed, this game grant me 1/1. The first time an ally transforms, grant me 2/1. Wait, what? You have to see it? Yeah, you have to see it. Isn't this just worse? Actually, not really. Not necessarily. Like, I guess you would play this like in an ambush deck. He's a better blocker. But I still feel like it's not good enough. Yeah, if it was +3/+1, I would definitely see play, but I don't know. I feel like it's still a little bit too weak. Like, 1 mana 1/2 just feels like trash to play with no effect immediately. Super easy to proc, it's in a dedicated... Yeah, but like, even when you proc it, is it that huge of a payoff? It's an okay payoff. Riven! Small quality of life buff, make her more satisfying and synergistic. Okay. Each round, the first time you increase my power, grant me that much power. Oh. Wait, what? How's that different? Oh, I see. It didn't work with equipments before. Wait. It's not a small quality of life buff. It's a massive buff. What are they talking about? How is that a small quality of life buff? That buff is absolutely massive. She gets permanent buffs. Bro, what the hell? She's giga broken right now. They're trading double power for... No, but they're not trading anything. She still gets double the amount. It's slower, not double now. How is it not double? Each time you increase my power, let's say I give her +2. She'll get +4. Grant me that much power. She'll still get +4. Because she gets granted another 2. It's still double. But half of it is permanent. So let's say you play, you have her on the opponent's turn and you play the blade on her, which gives her 6 +2 attack. She becomes a 6/5. Well, then she becomes an 8/5, right? At the start of the next turn, she's still an 8/5. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. Yeah, it doesn't say instead grant. It just grants you that much on top. That's a massive buff. Yeah, this is going to be maybe one of the strongest cards in the game. Because you can make a dedicated Riven deck where you keep her immortal. Her not losing her attack power means she's just going to keep scaling infinitely. That's crazy. I wonder if you play her now, like, in similar ways that you used to play... yeah, like Rumble. Do you, like, play her like a Rumble now? Because she's really cheap. Rumble, the thing that makes Rumble so strong is just he hits for so much damage. Now she's like she hits for way more than Rumble does. I don't know, man. This seems kind of nuts to me. It seems absolutely busted to me. Like, I would legitimately, like... What about, like, Akshan plus her? That sounds kind of spicy. Akshan and her. You can grant her 2/2 and spell shield everywhere. I don't know, man. This is going to be crazy. This card is nuts. I think whoever did this did not realize what it does. Red Gwen, holy crap. Yeah? Yeah, nutty. Nami! Level up, you've played 6+ spells with an ally. Now you can play... Wait, what? What the hell? It was clearly giving health on her level 2 was vital to making Nami's pattern work. But having Nami routinely enter play leveled made that strategy too potent. This change aims to bring her back. She's dead. She's dead. Like, she'll never see play again. Read level 2? Oh! Oh, okay, so they reverted the old buff. I see. Yeah, this is an extremely strong ability, for sure, but she's so much harder to level now. Oh, and she doesn't actually have to see it. Like, if they kill the first Nami, the second Nami can still get it. Oh, I don't know, man. 6 spells is a lot of spells. I'm not sold. I'm really not sold. I'm really not, chat. But this is a very potent effect, but I'm not sold on this. Cheap spells, though? Yeah, but like you burn your entire hand just to level her, and none of these buffs happen during that leveling process, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't see it. You can level in your 3rd Nami. Okay, great. And that's your last Nami. And then when they kill that, what do? You're out of stuff and your hand is empty. I don't see it. She's very hard to keep alive. She's 3 mana, 3 HP. I'm not sure. Alright. Sun Guardian. What? I mean, yeah, he's a lot stronger. That's a pretty big buff. But who plays Sun Guardian? I guess it's... Yeah, sure. I can take that. It's an annoying card to deal with because it goes straight to 4 HP for 3 mana. It's a very strong card. But maybe people aren't playing enough Diana for their... Not Diana, what's her name? Leona. People are not playing enough with Leona, maybe. I'm going to bring back Leona. Okay. Alright, sure. Like, this card didn't break the deck. And overall, like, this was mostly strong in aggro. And they did nerf Crimson Pigeon and Samira, so sure. Okay. Dragon Guard Lookout. Ooh, that's a big buff. As a pattern haven't performed well in ages, to bring up a few of their weakest cards. Okay, so that's a start. That's a start. It's pretty decent. 5/5 versus 3/5 is a big change. It's a rally card in Demacia, sure. Thread the Needle. Wow, I love this. Bro, you know what this is? Undying all day, every day. This makes Undying so much better. And it's also a buff to Gwen, obviously. But this makes Undying so much better. I love this card, Undying, by the way. It's one of my favorite Undying cards. Because it stops stuff like Obliterating as well. It's just really useful. Okay, sweet. Strafing Strike. Oh my lord! Full heal on my Dragoons? That's nuts. That's actually nutty. It heals it back to full. That's crazy. I don't think people understand how strong this is. Like... It's really, really strong. Legend has it a 3rd Boulder's Gate has been constructed recently. That's nuts. Shyvana's actually decent. Maybe. Confront. If it's a dragon... Oh my lord! Draw 1, it cycles? They're just buffing everything. And drawing Demacia is a big deal. It is. Well, only in... I mean, to be fair, you already had draw because dragons always play Targon, so you had a lot of draw, but not bad. And as a Shyvana spell card, it really makes it so much better because Shyvana's spell card was trash. Nobody ever played it. Now it cycles itself, which is really useful. Okay. It's a big buff. That is a big buff. I already love my Senna decks. Like, Fastigate, bro? Fastigate is my jam. This makes Fastigate so much better. It's a big deal. Senna will have her vengeance. Aha, nice one. Solid buff, definitely. Rocket Barrage, deal 4 to enemy and 1 to all others. Actually might be playable now. 3 was just not enough. 4 is a big deal. It kills so many more things. Meh? I wouldn't say meh. That's not bad at all. I could see myself playing this in a Karma deck, for example. Still meh? I don't know, man. 4 kills a lot of very important units. Go wide decks have a tendency to take over recent lore metas. We're looking to improve a handful of anti-aggro tools. That's a big change. It's decent. It kills level up Jinx. It like, there's a lot of things this kills that it didn't used to kill. 4 is a really big deal. Bro, listen. I was about to say I'm probably not going to play the expansion. Because I want to play more TFT, but holy crap. My Fastigate deck I want to play. Oh my lord, I love this card. Bro, they're just buffing Fastigate all over the place. Bro, they buffed my Eradication. They buffed my Dawning Shadow. Dude, you can play this. Oh my lord, it's so good. All right, Yaks. What does Yaks have? Level up. Equipped allies have struck for 12 plus total damage. Oh, ooh, that's a big nerf. Wait, did this guy make it into the meta somehow? Chat, what the hell happened while I was gone? How did he make it into the meta? Quality of life adjustment for Jax. It shouldn't affect his power level. We hope that making him able to give Jax 2 stat buffs on the attack. Oh, you've equipped. Oh, I see. It's not really a nerf, because this actually has to strike, and this doesn't have to strike. You just have to attack. Okay. All right, that makes a lot of sense. So he actually levels up maybe even easier sometimes. Like versus stun decks, he's easier to level. Okay, gotcha. Just a change of how it works. Realms Caretaker. I don't even know what this does. Oh. Well, I still don't know. I still don't know what it does. All right. Anyway, next card. They just changed it. I'm not even going to read it because this card is... I don't know what it is. Portal Scholar. I don't even know what this card is. Okay, we're passing on. Moving on. Eternal. Let's look at the Eternal changes. Buffs. Ooh. Spicy. I mean, this is kind of warranted because back in the day, you had the Ionia card that, like, procced twice. Now that card is way worse, so it's harder to level him up. Yeah, Lee Sin has always been one of my favorite characters, except for when he was meta. Then I didn't play him, but when he was off meta, I loved him. Withering Mist. Jesus, bro. Yo, oh my god, this is like another Senna card. Holy crap. Aggro's been one of the most strong archetypes in Eternal. Oh, I'm going to destroy Eternal if I play Eternal. Fangs. Big buff to Fangs. That was a warranted one as well. I like that one. Agnivia. Does it really matter, though? Like, that's not going to change anything. The Fangs revert is nice. I do like that. Aggro isn't strong. I feel the same. I don't know. Like, people are saying aggro took over when I left. You know why? Because I left. I was there to control and keep it in check. Whenever people, like, you know what happened when I left? Like, I was playing decks that were literally called heal to win, and I was making aggro players suffer. I made them shiver in their boots. When an aggro player would see the name Grappler, they would quit playing lore immediately. And then I left, and then aggro took over because there was no one to keep them in check. So, I don't think aggro needed to be kept in check. People just didn't keep them in check. They needed someone to keep them, you know, discipline them properly. Sure, you abandoned us. Thorny Toad. Oh, wow. That's a really nice buff. That's a big buff. Bro, that's insanely strong. Because now it's a guaranteed heal almost. And it can actually block stuff. That's really good. You don't like it? That's a huge buff to this card. 1/4 blocks nothing, chat. 3/1 actually kills things on block. It can stop fearsomes. It actually gets you your toss earlier. You can attack with this, and you're kind of forced to block 3 damage. That's a big deal. Yone. Okay. Windfarer Hatchling. Pretty strong buff. Pretty strong buff. Okay, something to consider now as a card. There's a lot of mechanics in Eternal that, like, give you exact copies. So you can get, like, the summon effect twice. And it does have elusive, and it's harder to kill. Yeah, this card actually might be defining in a couple of ways, because it is a good attacker. Now, it doesn't buff itself, but... So previously, you could kill it. You can, like, grasp the Undying. You could, like... You can deal 3 damage to it. Now it's harder to kill, so it hits for 5. This might see more play now in elusive decks. Solid. Okay, it's a 5 cost with no attune. That's a big buff. It never needed the 6 HP. It's a really big buff. 5 mana 5/5 is actually nutty in terms of stats. Like, if you look at most units on 5, like 4/6, 4/5, like most 5 cost units are not even 5/5s. I mean, you have some exceptions like this guy, or like there's a few exceptions that are like tanky 5 drops, but in general, most units on 5, this can contest them on board. And it has a really good powerful ability, which is you can tutor cards. You can get the exact card you need if you run like one-ofs. Or sorry, if you run like only one slow card in the game, or only one fast card, or only one burst card. This makes it a lot stronger. You can dig for draw cards and I go fast. Yeah, exactly. This makes this card a lot stronger. Mountain Scryer. They're gonna have to revert this. Like they'll have to revert this. I'm not even kidding. They'll have to revert this change. This used to be one of my favorite cards in the game. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was such a long time ago, but I've played so many Allegiance Targon decks because it's one of my favorite cards. I mean, Eternal is more busted of a format, but overall, the thing is with this guy, you would just play him and you would just keep him in the backline, and your opponents would kill them because they were just that annoying. But he is so hard to kill now at 3-4. Yeah, I think this will get reverted. He is rotated, though, so maybe they don't care enough on Eternal to really change this. But yeah, it's still so strong. Yeah, this card is nuts. Senna just snipes him. Eh. Ancient Crocolith. Oh. Okay. Something to think about for my Undying decks. I'm down for that. It's pretty cool. I like that. No longer chump blockable. Scary, yeah. There's a few ways actually to tutor this out of the deck. For example, you have Undying on board, you play 3 mana, kill a unit with Last Breath, summon a more expensive unit, this gets popped on the board. Sure. Timelines as well, true. So definitely something to consider. Lancer, nice change. Nice change overall. Making him a 5/5. Way stronger. It's a big buff. You can actually challenge her twice now a lot of the time. Pretty big buff there. Oh, wow. That's also a really big buff. Because now they can use... Ooh, these are some really good buffs to the 6-cost Demacia spell. Both really, really big buffs. That 1 HP means a lot for this because very few units have 6 attack. There's units with 5 attack, but 6 attack is like a threshold. This can attack twice and even survive twice a lot of the time. Like at 5/5, you block it with a 3/2, you block it with a 2/1, and fine, it died. It was a 2-for-1. This might be a 3-for-1 at 6 HP. Laurent Chevalier. I mean, do people actually play this? I don't know, man. I know there was a time some people considered this playable, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of this card. Academy Prodigy. 3/2 quick attack. Yeah, I think it's not strong enough to play. Even with the buff, I'm not sure if this is strong enough to play as a do-nothing 3/2. Like, there are such better 3/2s in the game when you compare it to this. Could be good in aggro. Could be. But I feel like there are better 2-drops in aggro. Maybe good enough. I don't know. Lost Riches. Interesting. I've made Karma Lost Riches decks. I could definitely consider playing with this a little bit. That's kind of cool. That's a big buff to the card. I mean, the card never saw play at 4, but at 3, maybe? Cool. The thing is, here's the problem with Lost Riches. It's an Eternal card, and you guys might disagree with me, but I think treasures are not strong enough in Eternal. Am I wrong here? Am I incorrect? I feel like treasure cards are literally... They have been so power crept by normal cards that normal cards are actually stronger than a lot of treasure cards. Like, normal cards that we have in the game are stronger than a lot of the treasure ones at a certain point. That, to play that much mana, you have to play this twice to get a treasure. If this was in Standard, yes, but because it's Eternal, I think I'll have a hard time seeing playing Eternal. Fuzzy Caretaker. Ooh, that's a big buff. That actually is quite spicy now. You can definitely see this like in Lulu decks. Sure. Loping Telos. Oh god, I hate this card. I'm gonna pretend this never happened. I hate this card with a passion. Any buff to this card doesn't sit well with me. But yeah. Yordle Newbie. A 1/2. What does this do again? When you summon another Yordle, give me... Nah? I don't know. I don't see it. Arbor of the Peak. 7/7. I still think it's not strong enough. If it was an 8/8, I think it would see play. But no, I'm not sold. Giddy Sparkologist. I've played this card in Monofiora decks, and like if you behold a celestial card, grant an ally 1/1 and spell shield. Yeah, this is pretty decent. What do you mean met, dude? 3 mana 3/3 with this kind of play effect is actually quite strong. And you can get it down really early. This is solid. Sparkologist. Lol. Anyway, Yeah. If you behold... Yeah, but, like, guys, you gotta realize you play this in a deck that has Invoke, okay? Like, that's a strong effect. Granting Spell Shield and 1/1 is a strong effect. Yeah, I think this is definitely very playable now. Zoe, sure. Absolutely. You can play this on curve into Zoe if you wanted to. Very good. Good card. It was playable at 2/2 some of the time in some decks. I've played it before as a 2/2, and it wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. Because for 3 mana, she doesn't have the presence. Wish. Okay. That's the Soraka card, right? Soraka's Wish. I mean, I still don't think you main deck this, but a buff to Soraka, sure. Star-tipped Peak. Old 2 cost, now 1 cost. I've actually played this card as a 2 cost. That's not bad. I would probably play this in some decks. Probably. Okay, no, actually this... I'm not even kidding, this might be broken. It actually might be broken because low-cost Celestial cards are kind of nuts. They're actually really strong. So it's a tempo loss that pays itself off. Like, you play this on mana 1. On mana 3, you've got a strong board. You get a pretty strong board on 3. If you can play it on turn 1. It can be a really good opener. Rimfang Wolf. Ooh. Meh. Same thing, literally. For some reason, I thought they buffed HP in a second, but nah, it's the exact same card. I don't know. It can block Fearsomes, I guess. That's actually relevant. It's not, but yeah, it's actually relevant. So let's say somebody attacks with a Fearsome unit. You can't freeze and block, right? Because even if it has 0 attack, 2/3 doesn't block Fearsomes. So I guess it's better defensively versus Fearsomes. That's about it, right? That's it. It's better at blocking Fearsomes. So it's a small buff. Avarosan Outriders. Nobody plays Fearsomes? That's not true. We've had Fearsome metas. Ooh, hello. Actually playable. I've played this card. I've played this in Braum decks. Actually playable now. The stat line's actually good. I like it. And it has Overwhelm. Keep that in mind. It's a 4 mana 4/4 Overwhelm. This card is really decent now. Because even if it misses, it's no longer a 3/3. Solid change. Solid. Actually, this actually might be an insane card. I'm not even kidding. This card actually might be insane with this change. I think this might push it over the edge from being trash to being quite good. I like this. Wording Stones. Okay, more ramp. That's a big change. It's a massive change. Because now this can actually block, survive, and still ramp versus aggro. Because a lot of aggro is 3 attack, so you couldn't really ever block with this. I like this. Also, to keep in mind, because this is Eternal, and you can do this on mana 8. This actually was an issue, believe it or not. Back in the day, you would play this in every ramp deck. And one of the reasons you would not want to play this is literally because you have like you have 2 of those on the board. And if you play it next round, you have 6 mana all of a sudden instead of like 9. So pushing it to 4 in Eternal is significant. Because you do run that 8 cost card as multiple copies. So if you're on mana 6, you have 2 of these on board. Before, you couldn't play that card. You just couldn't drop it. Because you would kill all of your ramp. So, really significant change. Good stuff. Molten Breath. Actually strong now, I think. This is actually scary. I've contemplated playing this card before. That's a huge buff. That is a huge buff. Because it only costs 2 main mana and 3 spell mana now. You can play it way earlier. And one of the reasons... I can't remember exactly what reason I had before that this card was nuts. I know you can level Shyvana with it immediately, but there was another reason, I think. I don't remember. I think there was a reason back in the day. Maybe I'll remember in the future. But, yeah, this is cool. You can level Shyvana right off the bat. And you gotta realize, this is a one-way strike on 2 enemies. And if you kill the first one, you get +1/+1 for the second one. So, that's really good. Faded Dragon. Yeah, this card is very solid. I like this a lot. I think dragons are literally back. After seeing this last change for dragons, I think that's enough. Okay, sure, why not? Maybe this is even playable. There's a 7/7 Scout with Fury. I don't know if it is, but... Because you gotta remember, chat, there's something really important to consider. You can give this for 1 turn Overwhelm with 3 mana. with the Draw Dragon card. So you attack with this, and you wait for your opponent to do their blocks. If they play Vengeance, you don't do it. But if they don't play Vengeance, they block with a small dude. You pop, give it Overwhelm, give all your dragons Overwhelm. This is already hitting for... It's an 8/8 Overwhelm Scout. By itself, it's dealing like 10 damage probably. And all your other dragons are too. And if they waste Vengeance, well... yeah, this might actually be playable all of a sudden. I don't know. Abyssal Guard. No attune. Attune. Wait, what the hell does this do again? When you play a spell, give me 2... Trash. Anyway... Insightful Investigator. I've tried many times to build decks with this, and nothing has changed. Radiant Guardian. Actually, nah. Radiant Guardian. Ooh. Yo, is BBG coming back? Is my boy BBG gonna come back? Every single one of the 6-cost Remembrance cards got buffed. Like, Remembrance is so much stronger all of a sudden. She's not naked anymore. All right, nice, good stuff. Why is everyone saying BBG? Because he quit the game after she got nerfed. Ritual of Renewal. Karma set my old friend. What? No explanation or anything? Karma, my beloved. She's back. Bro. There's no way. What is that? It's over. Yo. Wait. So aggro, Mr. Aggro, I want to talk to this. So you're telling me if I play aggro, if I play versus aggro and make it to mana 10 with Karma on board, I have at burst speed 1 mana, summon 2 of these. That's another 8 mana. For 9 mana, I heal my Nexus for 16 and draw 4. 9 mana, heal Nexus for 16 and draw 4? That ain't bad, bro! Okay, so we're back to it. As long as I can get to... As long as you make it to mana 10, you're just healing to full. That's insane. They just fixed Ionian Tellstones. Holy crap. My god. Aggro is dead, no need to rub it in. Bro, Karma is gonna destroy aggro like no other. Holy crap. And you can still play like Karma Targon if you wanted to be even crazier versus aggro. Wow, that's sick. Vladimir. Actually, before I stopped playing lore, I was considering playing this card at slow speed. Like, I didn't think it was trash. It was painful to play, but I was considering playing it in some Karma decks. The problem was that Karma set was already so well refined, it wasn't good enough. But right now, man, you just play the Tellstones. You're good. Alright, next. Adjustments. Vladimir. Attacks, deal 1 to each ally to my right. Yeah, play, deal 1 to any number of allies to deal that much. That's insane. Excuse me? I mean, that's... Okay, so... Okay, here's the thing. It changes a lot of things, though. Oh, so, okay, never mind. It doesn't change crap. Nothing changes. It still works exactly the same way afterwards. So the level up still works. Oh my god, it's over. It's over. It's over, chat. Vladimir's meta. Holy crap. Oh, wait. No, wait. Huh? What the hell is Crimson Pact? Wait, what? It says attack, deal 1 to ally my right to drain that much enemy from the Nexus. What is this? Deal 1? That's the skill? Oh, that's his play skill. What? I'm so confused. That's the level 1 skill, but there was never an old level 1 skill. Was there? I know there was, actually. No, you're right. Okay, I see. Okay. Alright. So level 2 has... Okay, yeah, he's busted. He not only does he insta-level himself up, he removes anything he wants to remove. If you have 4 units on board, this is deal 4 to a unit. And this is only positive for... Come on. Bro, he's busted. He's actually busted. Competitive. Eternal, okay. Sure. System updates. Yeah. Path of Champions. Eh. Balance adjustments. As support champions? What the hell does it mean, support champions? Oh, this is Path of Champions, okay. Bug fixes. Okay. Not bad. Not a bad patch notes. Wait, what happened, Tams? I sent cards on Discord? Oh no! Tams, don't tell me you made a PowerPoint presentation for all of this. There's no way you made a PowerPoint presentation for all of this, Tams. You're sick in the head. You're actually sick, brother. Open it. He totally would. All right, time out. Jesus Christ. No, he did. He did. What's wrong with you? All right, I know what to do. Listen, I know what to do. It's fine. I can save this. Tams, I can save this. I can make it work.
A few moments later.
Now with that out of the way, real quick, we got to fix stuff for Tams, chat. Let me fix this. Okay, we got to give Tams the value. All right. Okay. So here we go. This is for Tams. You can splice this together, Tams. You can fix it in post editing. All right, Tams, you do with that what you can. You figure it out. I know you got the skills to be #1, Tams. I believe in you, brother. You'll figure out what to do with that. If there's anything that can be done, you can do it. I absolutely believe. Tams, you're a genius at editing. You'll figure it out. All right, anyway.